And I think we're good to go. Yes, everything looks fine. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to another Jedi Academy. I'm Ranger J, 1999, your host. Glad to have you guys here. And this is longest running Q&A show in the Galaxy Heroes community. This is what this is for. The way this works, if you guys have questions, we have assembled a wonderful panel of guests, like we always do, of YouTubers, game changers, etc., etc., etc. And we are here to basically answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. The way it works, again, it's me solo because that dirty mongoloid that is Finity has decided that he doesn't want to fix his computer. He just wants to lay around the house all day eating Twinkies and hanging out with the porgs and Ewoks. So if you have a question, the way it works, put your question into the comments and chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, or I will not be able to scoop it up, and we will not be able to get your question. So that's on you. Help me, help you. Help me, help you. There we go. That's our motto for today. Glad to have everybody here on this Memorial Day weekend. We're excited to be here. We got a lot of stuff for you guys today. So after Jedi Academy, take a small little break, and then at 1 Eastern, I'm going to go do our Grand Arena, and then maybe we'll do some more mini roster reviews today, and then at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do some more Battlefront with It's Just Ian. Anybody's welcome to come join if they want to. And then now, why is Zoom being stupid? I got in gallery view. It should be speaker. Hold on, I'm about to get medieval on this stupid thing. Why is this not? If we go there, it should pop me up as the top person, but it's showing Mike. And not that we don't love Mike, but it's like it. All right, so now I'm the one. All right. I got it. No. Stupid ass. I'll work on it while we're doing the questions and stuff. So, that being said, let's introduce everybody. Glad to see everybody in chat. Waves, hellos. So, grab your coffee, your donuts, your croissants, your afternoon tea, your soda. Whatever makes you happy. And we will introduce everybody. And hey, is everybody? Well, let's just start. Who's in there? Revenator, Dr. Feelgood, Skywalker Vader, my Canadian brother from another mother, JLY9, Darth Hideous is there, Darth Sign 1972, Vito Anto, Foreigner, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, Pop Parati, Bad Rongo, Jeffrey Hedden, Eric Seymour, Dreamy Mushroom, Ray Rock. So glad to see some of the familiar faces and new faces in there. Hope you guys are fine. Grab your stuff. Let's get this going. Let's introduce everybody that's on the panel today, and let's rock and roll and start getting those questions in. Make sure you put question for your statement. It's just me. Don't be that person that you didn't answer my question, and then I look and like, well, you didn't put question for your statement, so don't be that guy. Hello, good morning, out you girl. All right, let's introduce everybody. Starting off first with he's watching Formula One, whatever he's doing, the racing. Mr. Michael Hunt.
Good afternoon. Formula One's finished. Thank you very much for the extended advertising of my channel there. Hopefully everyone can touch it, click the link, and then I've got to actually make some content and put it out. But other than that, yeah, I'm buzzing. Great start to the day.
Yes, it is. I'm still trying to figure out why.
I'm using the Force. You won't be able to change that.
I don't know. It's weird. Someone that uses the Force all the time because you know him, you love him. Colorado's finest Warrior Presents is here as well.
What is going on, everybody?
Oh, it's working. Okay, I got it. Yay, I did it. It's just not showing me because I'm not. I don't count. I'm not important. What's going on with you, Warrior?
Not a whole lot. Just trying to enjoy a beautiful, beautiful day from within a store.
I know. Is this a big sell weekend for you guys? Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, I'm not sure why the mattress industry hijacked Memorial Day and Labor Day. Those are two pretty righteous times that I should be able to relax and stuff, but it's kind of the most chaotic at our stores.
What, you're just a busy man. You're just a busy man. Between YouTube and this, you must go home and you're Warrior doesn't sleep. I'm just gonna put that out there. Between having kids, a wife, work, YouTube.
That was the worst part this morning. I woke up on my own 2 hours before my alarm, and I couldn't go back to bed.
That is
I was
the
like,
worst.
great.
Get that man some Java stat, damn it. All right. Also join us. We've got Xylo Takedown. Stoner Jedi's here. What's going on, Stoner?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, man? Where's my apprentice?
We're sitting here.
There's
games
my
and watching some
apprentice.
shows.
That's right.
Come here.
Why are you crying, my apprentice?
He's been testing his voice a lot more lately.
My apprentice. Why are you not first joking your father?
He said hello for the first time yesterday, too.
Unleash your anger, my apprentice.
Yeah, thanks for having me, too, brother, as always.
Throw your Cheerios in his eyes. Do it. Do it. They'll make Uncle Ranger upset. But glad to have you here. And next, we've got representing the Operation Metaverse all the way down there in Carolina, somewhere in them woods, drinking moonshine and eating moon pie. Good old Maurice is here.
How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
The first thing I thought of was Maurice going, Yahoo!
What's going on, good old Maurice? What's new with you?
Not too much. Waking up.
Yeah.
You ready to start the day?
That's how you normally start the day, yeah.
I think the temperature's already up, getting close to the 90s, so enjoying the air conditioning.
Yes, yes. You sure you don't want to go outside and explode?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not going out there yet.
Gotta wait till it gets nice and hot. It's too early.
It's crazy. I mean, we were watching him. He just walked outside and literally exploded. Never seen anything like it. But what people don't know is good old Maurice has a superpower to reconstitute himself after said explosion. So he can control and manipulate the atoms and substance of his being. So, all right, we are getting the questions in. They are coming in hot and heavy. Glad to see some other people in there. Jorge Cavalcante. I'm just trying to see if I missed any. I'll try to call your names out when I see them, guys. Captain Blackbeard. Mike's talking in chat a lot. That's interesting. Kobe 1, Sith Lord 72, Eric Seymour. Okay. If I see your name, I'll shout out, or if I get a question, I'll shout out as well. Not a lot going on this week, guys. It's been kind of quiet. Has it been too quiet in the Galaxy of Heroes? What do you guys think? Not a lot of news to report on this week. Not a lot of
I guess the main news seems to be the memes of Reddit. That seems to be the hot topic.
That's yeah.
The memes are allowed on Reddit now. That seems to be the news of the week.
I don't really. That's not really news.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's just something to read. I don't really. Yeah. Oh, look, Miss Farquhar. There's Miss Farquhar. She's awake. She's alive. She must have lots of coffee at the moment. I mean, from last week to this week, I mean, they've done some really good stuff. It's been positive. I've liked the direction, some things that they're doing. I haven't had anything to yell and scream at them for, so I think that's always a positive sign. So we just sit here and do GA and TW and deal with no new reworks or anything or news, and we're just getting ready for whenever Geonosis is coming out. Everybody, any bets on when it's coming out? I still think it's going to be June, end of June.
Yeah, like beginning mid-June, because I think like we've been tiptoeing this month, right? Like, yeah, it's been nice, right? Because like we don't obviously get too many months like this where we have free range to really do whatever we want to. You know what I mean? Like, it's been nice being able to play catch up and rounding up some things in my roster and getting together the Galactic Republic team, trying to do some work on these new Separatist reworks. So I mean, there's a little bit going on. It's just under the radar, behind the scenes kind of stuff, right? Hey, we're waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was the $7.99 pack that was $6.99 originally, but I mean,
yeah, the dollar off scandal.
I think we also need a breather as well. I mean, you know, if you go through everyone's been working on their Darth Revan squads, their Padme squads. They've been working on Galactic Republic, been working on Separatists, had new upgrades, reworks on two Separatists in Dooku and Newt. So the amount of gear that we have all deployed recently. If they if we had a load more content released, there'd be the inverse or converse, wouldn't there? That everyone would be saying, "Hang on a sec, we've got nothing
Yeah.
left. If what are you doing to us?" sort of thing. Yeah. So having just that week, well, a couple of weeks breather, just to give us some chance of actually getting some stuff together. I mean, let's face it, we all know that 7.2 and 8.1 nodes are going to be farmed relentlessly, because whatever new content comes out is going to require multiple pieces of the new gear. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't like saying best way not to scream. It just changed. Let me go back. It was kind of funny. He said best way not to scream at them is to quit. Enjoy your life. Ha 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 ha. Highly recommended. I don't like sand. It's cold, so it gets everywhere. Hey, Sean Ragnar. All right. Let's see here. Let me get the questions. We're gonna get this question train going. So get your questions in, guys. Let's do this. If it'll cooperate with me. Why don't you cooperate with me? Cooperate!
And to mention like the new gear too, it's like feels like we're gonna be chasing this new gear for a while.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done, man. I get the last piece on Padme. The only thing I have left to do is do one more set on Malak, and then I'm like, I'm free. I'm free. I did it. I'm free. Yay. I'm so happy. Yay me.
Yeah, I mean, I was like saving my crystal income for chipping away at B1 and Droidica.
Not me.
So
I've been getting the gear on Padme and Malak to get them to 11.
Yeah. Yeah, I got B1 like yesterday morning at 7 stars, and then Droidica's like 5 away from 7 stars. So Padme's about to start getting all my crystals.
Yeah, I'm about to start doing the crystal thing for B1 and Droidica too. So, but yeah, it's been nuts though getting that gear. Good lord. I mean, if you think about
annoying.
it's 2,800 basically each round, and if you need 3 for Padme, 4 for Malak,
probably like right under 10K just for Padme.
It's crazy, dude. And so it's been a grind, man. But this game is very grindy. So, all right, let's do this. We'll start with. I'm just going in order of Zoom, so let's do this. Mike, Paparazzi has a question. How do I use Range Trooper in 5-unit Imperial Troopers team, particularly against Night Sister? Who does Range Trooper replace on the classic Imperial Troopers team?
Probably your tank, if you were going to put a tank in there. I'm just thinking of the order for that squad. You want Veer's lead, Stark, Snow, Range, and DT would be my choice of the 5th there. And then basically get them down to yellow, get DT to kill them with his special. They ain't coming back, and just work your way through like that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be So I would range for you either putting in short or stormtrooper range replaces. Caveat to that: never ever go in if Stark isn't faster than Ventress.
Yeah,
you've got to do the math. Do they start? I don't think they start with any buffs, do they? They start.
No, the troopers. Stark has to buff them first.
So if I've got it right, you need to add 105 onto Ventress's speed, and that so Stark has to be Ventress plus 105. As long as that happens, go.
Yeah. All right. And then what's kind of the order you mean with the you pop Stark and then just do your normal thing against Night Sisters? Anything different?
No, as far as I'm aware, you just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Snow's going to AoE. He's going to get loads of crits on there. And he's just going to keep mowing them down and triggering zombies thing, and you're whittling down their health. And you want to take Dakar out first, Is it Daka first?
Oh,
Daka and then
Daka's
or
got to go.
It's like
yeah.
situational, right? Like
Yeah.
if Daka doesn't have the Zeta, then yeah, but if not, like Asajj is usually the squishier one out of the two with the Zetas, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like the concept is like once Range Trooper starts spreading those counters, the retributions, they're just mowing down zombie over and over again, and then spamming their turn meter and
They
their
just
health
keep going.
protection regained. So
That's it. So as it spams Asajj, it also gives them back health protection and just keeps the train rolling.
All right. We just got a donation from Sword of the Jedi. He said, apologies to Ranger for saber taunting. Yes, yesterday... God damn it. Sword of the Jedi showed all me the sabers he had and stuff. And he's like, oh, what about this saber? I'm like, just stop showing me crap I can't buy. Get out of here. He's like, you're mean. You're a very mean man. But thank you for the donation, Sword of the Jedi. Apology accepted, Commander. All right, next one for Woya. Let's go to Woya. Let's see here. Sith Lord 72. He says, question, what's the best Darth Revan team for Phase 3 of the Heroic Sith Raid? I don't have Malak yet, and my Sith Assassin is only gear 8. Who could be my 4th and 5th to maximize my damage? Warrior, what can you tell old Sith Lord 72 there?
Well, a couple of things. First, I'm not sure that's the necessarily best phase for damage, but if that's the route you're going to go, then a standardized Sith Empire team, you want full synergy for maximum benefit on the team, so pick one. You know, if you don't have Sith Assassin, do Sith Marauder. If you don't have Sith Marauder, do Sith Trooper. You know, pick somebody for the full synergy on that team for Sith Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing is, I haven't played a raid in like over a year, so
can we get you some time? I keep forgetting that, Warrior. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. I
would think that I'm just like.
People tell me what works and what doesn't, and I hear it all the time. And I listen to chats, and like I'm in the loop. I just don't personally do it, so I don't know all the intricacies. But that particular team, you know, the thing is not every team is built for the rig.
No.
That's why Darth Revan sucks more than regular Revan, because regular Revan can do 12 million.
Yeah.
Darth Revan can't, and regular Revan can beat Darth Revan if built right. So, you know, it's kind of like while Darth Revan's owning the meta right now in Arena, you know, it's every character has so many different facets you have to decide, which is why when someone's like, you know, should I go regular Revan or Darth Revan now with your pillar system? I'm like, Darth Revan's not even on the pillar system for a reason. It's a totally in-game character. All the characters are hard to get. You got to farm them for a million years. You know, Revan is easy to get. His characters are easy to get. His gearing requirements are easier, and Revan can still get you better points in the raids, get you, you know, still compete in the arena, blah blah blah. So
that's a good point.
But you know, if he has it, he wants to make some points. Obviously, in the raids, use it in one of the phases. You know, I think phase 2 is a filler right behind your Revan team. Your Revan should go in and do 8 to 12 million. And you can take in Darth Revan. It does really well in that phase as well. So,
yes.
But you know, phase 3, I suppose you could knock down the.
It's just spamming AoE. It's all it is.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah, just keep Trade locked down.
But I would just keep it Sith Empire if it was me, just for the full.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you have to. Go ahead, Zylo.
Well, and if you can catch like the back end of phase 2 with that team, you know, obviously rounding out damage with the Sith Empire and, you know, following your Jedi Knight Revan team in phase 2, you can also just go in there. And I know he said he didn't have Malak, so like let's say situational in phase 3. The best part is to have more attacker characters. So if you have the depth in roster, if you stretch those Sith characters out, you know, Sith Marauder and Assassin in the same team, if you just pop Darth Revan standalone right away, he'll topple the lightsabers with his AoE, the team gets going, and then Trey is kind of focusing down Revan at that time. So with Sith Trooper, he's an auto-taunter, obviously, so he's going to take that damage right away, and he doesn't really last that long, unfortunately, but if you can get all the attackers in there, it kind of evens out and makes for the better damage output. I use I've used a gear 8 Sith Marauder in that phase, and I've gotten him ahead over 100k, so I mean, it's just investing the gear in the characters is the unfortunate part, but they both have ships too. I mean, they're Sith characters, so they fit in other Sith lineups. So.
All right. Next question for me from Hellenix. Oh boy, here we go. Who's your favorite fluffy Star Wars Galaxy of hero gamer currently? Perhaps a certain salty Spartan? Seriously, though, you're the best ranger, my brother. Thank you, Helenix. And good old Helenix. Starting the day right. Next question is from Paparazzi, and it's for you, good old Maurice. And then we'll go to you, Xylo. See, Paparazzi says, question for GOM. How did setting Malak plus Zalbar together treat you in Grand Arena?
It depends on what you consider good. Like, especially this. No, I'm not telling you. I'm being serious. Like in this particular Grand Arena, right? Yes. In this particular Grand Arena, at my GP level, you almost have to expect your board to get one shot, right?
Yes, pretty much, yes.
You know what I'm saying? So is Carth plus is Carth plus Malak, and then a Sith Empire excluding Darth Malak on the same board, or is it holding? No. Is it preventing my opponent from getting over 54, 55 banners? Yes. So I mean, it gives me a little wiggle room, So it's lowering my opponent's average banners per team. So I think it's doing okay. Is it a great idea? I don't know. Now that everyone can beat Darth Revan, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my Darth Revan has gotten one shot pretty much the last 4 or 5.
Yeah, I know. Everybody holds on to their offense now for that, and
but see, taking Malak off that team, most of these Darth Revan counters are so specific, so methodical. Most people won't be able to split their Darth Revan counter up on the fly. You really have to have the team modded a certain way ahead of time. It's a very set turn order. So if you take Malak out, they're still kind of forced him to use the same team. So you essentially could make them waste Thrawn, waste a very specific CLS team, stuff like that, and then they won't have it to hit Malak. It's I've been switching all over the place. I didn't like this Grand Arena board at first, but it's slowly growing on me. It's just
basically it's
offense efficiency. It's how efficient can you be on offense?
How clean can you be?
How clean can you be? Yeah. Do you know the counters? There's no strategy involved in it. It's just mono who knows the counters better and who can be more efficient with their tunes.
Who can get out with more full health and protection.
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. So... all right, next question from Paparazzi. I don't know what this is. It says, are you looking forward to the Q&A? Did you submit any questions you're hoping will get answered? I don't know if that's
the AMA. Nah, I don't really like those. I like to hear them when they come and they're done.
Okay. All right. So here's your question, Stoner, from Jorge Conte. Question: did you know Sir Georgius? I don't know who that is. He puts a lot of work into his videos, and he did the first showing the separate in action.
He actually did a video last night. Pretty unique team with the Newt and Dooku rework. He did something with those two.
I'm not familiar with him. I'll have to go check this out.
He's actually a great YouTuber. He did the first tank solo raid.
Oh, okay.
He also has a couple of different alternate teams too. Before we had a lot more stretch mechanic characters, right? The Wampinator was the first one, I believe, and then before that he had a Akbar team, and it's a couple of really good teams too, for sure. Great content creator for sure. He actually did something last night again with the Dooku Newt rework, Newt lead, B1 battle droid, Sunfac, and Geos and Soldier, and it's a good prepared team counter, a good bounty hunter counter, a good scoundrel counter. So something a little different. I mean, it's kind of consuming with the B1 battle droid in that team from your Grievous team, because he's kind of like the engine for the Grievous team, right? So it's something you can kind of put together while working on the Grievous team and stretching out this faction too as well.
Okay. Go to you, Mike. Back to the top. Eric Seymour says, question: thoughts on the Fallen Anakin Journey event? Also, happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, Ranger and Warrior, and all of the men and women defending our country. # mad love. Well, thank you for the comment, Eric. I'm sure that means a lot to Warrior too. And a shout out to all our men and women who serve in the armed forces and those who've given the ultimate sacrifice. Thoughts on the Fallen Anakin Journey event? I still contend, Mike, that this is not going to be an event. I think that this is going to be rewards from Geonosis territory battles. that Kenobi, Master Kenobi, and Fallen Anakin are going to be rewards from the different light side and dark side TB Geonosis. What do you think?
You know,
am I on crack?
I mean, no, I don't think so at all. I'm inclined to totally agree with you. I've kind of put a mental ban now on two of the stores. The first one is the mod store.
Mm-hmm.
After blowing over 20 million creds and having none of the 5-speed secondaries turned, I'm going to boycott that store. And the Get store, was it the Guild event tokens that we all need to unlock Wampa, Hermit Yoda, and now, of course, if
Malak.
you've unlocked Malak, then yeah. And Malak, of course, costs more than the other two, shards-wise. Quite considerably more. Is it 4,050 compared to 5,700 or something?
It's crazy. I think
shards.
the total amount that I will have, everyone that has got 7-star Malak will have done is 68,400 Guild event tokens. I will have it after these next 2 territory battles. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. But and I'll be glad. But I wouldn't it be something if they put, not only did you unlock the character from that, but then they put him in Guild event token, the Guild event store. Oh God. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But no, it really ties in though, doesn't it? To the Anakin will be a reward from the Geonosian territory battle.
I think so.
It really does.
Because I mean, we're burnt out on legendaries, man. These last 3 really sucked the life out of us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and the other thing is that if it was that sort of event, the characters have kind of all been in game for so long that and can you imagine how difficult that would be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Padme, people are going to be in counselling a long time for Padme, possibly even longer for Malak. I mean, was it the Chewie event, first of all, with the bounty hunters? I mean, how many... Yeah, sorry, I can see you looking at me. I wasn't going there, but, just as a reference. So yeah.
Just say Thrawn. Just say Thrawn, Mike.
Oh, Thrawn. God. Yeah.
I hate you so much. We're moving on. Good job.
Yeah, it's viewing gold, mate.
You're on a timeout.
You use the revenue to pay for the counselling to, move on.
Mike just got fractured.
Yeah, you just got... Danilo Papayas, he has a question. He says, Long Island iced tea or just rum and Coke? I'm indecisive today. Go with the Long Island iced tea.
Straight vodka.
Just start hurting yourself. All right, question for Warrior from Paparazzi. Question for my man Warrior. I am 97 out of 100 shards of the Emperor's Lander. Does this mean we have a 5th ship's legendary next week?
The Emperor's Shuttle reference.
Yes.
Yeah, I think something's coming. It just feels like it's a bit slow right now as far as content, and I think they're intentionally trying to kind of give us that lull. But I mean, in the past 2 years, every time everything has become farmable within a few weeks to a month or two, there's always an event that requires that newly farmable character. It's been literally everything if you look back at anything that's come out new in the game. So it would make sense that they would do that, and it would be to their advantage to do it sooner than later. But I think they're just timing wise just afraid of bringing something out, because they said they would kind of give us a month to kind of chill. And so I think that they're trying to honor that, which is actually very cool of them. But I think it's going to screw up their plans of bringing it out and causing us to have to freak farm it, So a lot of people will probably have all of the Sith ships by the time that they want. It's people that care about ships will have all the Sith ships by the time that they're needed. So that's a good thing, I guess. It gives us more time. I just got mine to 7 stars, so that's good. So when it comes
all the Sith ships to 7 stars?
I have everything in the game geared 12 and 7 starred, with the exception of Malak. He's 6 stars. He's like 50 50 shards away. That's it. Every day I just farm stun guns, stun cuffs, and carbontes.
You could never have enough.
And those other things that you guys were just talking about. I'm trying to get to 200 of each of those new gear pieces.
They're awful.
Bring out other gear pieces. In fact, now they know everyone is doing what I'm doing. Like a lot of the high-end players, in-game players, are starting to just try and stockpile. They're going to swap it, and they're going to start creating like 4 or 5 new pieces of like crunch gear. They'll become the new carbontes, the new stun guns and cuffs, and they won't be in the challenges. And then those are going to be the things that every character requires. In fact, they've just proven that by now having multiple characters recently come out with those pieces and said, oh yeah, we want new gear because we know that we want to alleviate the gear crunch of whatever. It's like, no, you're not.
No.
You realize people actually are getting a surplus of those, which is why you're creating something they don't have a surplus for. It's fine. Just don't lie. Come on. You know what I mean?
Come on, you want to tell the truth. Come on, buddy.
How many Mark 6 hairdryers do you have now? I mean, I've got like 1,200 of them or something.
I've got
I think I have like 40 or 50 right now.
I got 600 something.
I have the same with the shower drains, the Mark III shower drains. I have 40 of them built and stuff. So yeah, I'm good with gear. Like, it's funny. I took Padme, who was the very first character in the history of the game for me. I took her from 0 to 7-star Gear 12 with Gear 12 and Gear 12 Plus on day 1 without having to spend any crystals. First time in history I've ever been able to do that, and I was like super stoked.
Did you think you were in the Twilight Zone when that happened or something? Or?
Yeah, I was just like, you did
the Benny Hill song.
It was that moment where he realized he was in the Twilight Zone.
It was at this moment where he realized he had nothing to do. That's too funny. All right, next question. We'll go to good old Maurice. Wait a minute, who's that? Finity, are you in here being all stealthy and crap? Yeah, he's not even talking. His computer.
Good morning, Ranger.
Oh my god, that was great. All right, next question for good old Maurice. And maybe lose my train of thought here. Talonly. Question, team options for Mission and the Big Z if Carth and Kira are not ready yet.
Well, that's going to pretty much default you to a Kira lead. Kira lead is awesome with Mission Zalbar. That was the original team.
If they're not ready yet, that's what he said. He said if Carth and Kira are both not ready to be used yet.
Oh, Carth and Kira.
Yes, they're both not ready to be used.
Well, I'm trying to think. You do have...
Scoundrels. Think Scoundrels.
You do have Scoundrels.
Clone Wars Chewie.
Yeah. Clone Wars Chewie.
You're joking, but yeah, Clone Wars Chewie.
No, seriously.
No, I'll be serious.
If you have L3 in Vandor, Chewie is a decent option. It keeps Vandor buffed. I mean, you got Stormtrooper Han lead, which is, you do have the Mustache Lando lead, but Mustache Lando is, one shot a bull. You do have Nest. You do probably want to run a lead, so you could maybe run like Clone Wars Chewbacca is probably not somebody you have if you don't have Carth and Mission. You shouldn't have Clone Wars Chewbacca if you don't have Carth and Mission. So Stormtrooper Han lead is serviceable.
Yeah.
Mission Zalbar. You could throw Nest in there, L3, Vandor. You could throw that's the thing about Stormtrooper Han lead. It's not Scoundrel specific. You could look for other non-specific leaderships, maybe like an old Ben.
Lando.
Lando, yeah, there you go. See, Lando. Yeah, Lando is the.
Hello, what have we here?
The hotness.
The hotness. Smooth malt liquor.
It's just that the Scoundrel faction is so.
You could do so much with them. You
Yeah.
could do so much with them. You could put them under a Django lead and be like, have fun, go kick the crap out of somebody. You know?
Absolutely, under Django lead, that'd be pretty cool.
You know?
Yeah, I faced a couple of those too.
They're very versatile, and you'll be very glad you have them, even without Carth and Kira.
Yeah.
They're a great duo. They're going to be great for a very, very long time. The Darth Vader lead is also an option.
Oh yeah, put
That
oh god.
Yeah, IG-88.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
there's a lot of, and you could even build an 88 lead Mission Zalbar and throw in a couple more bounty hunters in that team to get the contract off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
really
contract
easy
is not
contract.
You think how
the
fast
most
those
desirable, but
the contract will go off for certain of those with Mission and Zabar, and they're just constantly going and assisting each other? Like, well, that contract's got good. Okay, we win. There you go. Very nice.
I mean, I'm lying if I said I knew what the IG-88 contract was off the top of my head. Hold on here, let's look. But you could be that guy running the 88 contract. Nobody knows what it is, and get
It was
the
at
little,
this time good on Maurice realized he knew nothing.
Yeah, hold on. No, we're gonna figure this out together. Yeah.
I have it pulled up if you want it. The payout.
there you go.
Yes, thank you, Warrior. Thank you for being
Thank
prepared,
you.
Warrior.
Yeah.
Thank you, Warrior, for being ready.
All allies have 20% critical chance and inflicts damage over time effect whenever they score a crit hit. Ooh. When IG-88 is in the leader slot, not in the ally slot, he gets a contract, which is cool, but it's really just him specific. So
Guess who crits a
that's
lot?
pretty cool.
Mission and Zalbar. That's what they're designed to do. Oh, no. All right. Let's get to the next question. We will go, and this is for you, Stoner. JLY9 says, question, how does one split Empire and Imperial troopers to make a standard Veers-led trooper team and a Thrawn Magma Triumvirate counter team?
All I got was Thrawn Magma. Sorry, can you repeat it?
Yes, the question is, why are you not listening?
My earbuds like cut out.
Put the apprentice down. Question, how does one split a Imperial troopers, or how does one split Empire and Imperial troopers to make a standard Veers-led troopers team and a Thrawn Magma Triumvirate counter team?
Well, you could do the.
That's right, my apprentice. Your father has failed. Kill him.
You could easily go with Tarkin lead, Thrawn, Magma, DT, and then like you got your alternate fifths in there. You can, depending on your roster and your depth or who you want to use in the fifth, you could use a tank like Stormtrooper or Royal Guard, TIE Fighter pilot, Emperor Palpatine. But then that's where you kind of left over with your troopers, and then having those extra farmed faction characters. So then you're still left over with, your generic team, the generic 4 with Veer, Stark. You can pick again another one of the
go
tanks.
range, shore, and Snowtrooper.
And then you still have Snow Trooper available, which is one of your earlier troopers. And yeah, I mean it's the main thing is like you have to at least have most of them developed except for the regular Stormtrooper, and you should be able to split into that Thrawn Magma team and still have plenty of troopers left over.
Absolutely. All right, next question. We are back to the top. Finn, are you just in here trolling? I stop it. Finn's like, you're very mean. Let me look here. Yeah, I would never do that. Quit spamming chat, Finn. I'm
Lies.
trying. God dang, Finn, just use your phone or something. Quit being antisocial. I'm sick of it. Back to the top to Mike. Let me see here. Darson 1972 says, question, happy Saturday. I always enjoy everyone's time and input on the panel. Are there any future plans to have Darth microtransaction as a special guest in the Jedi Academy? All right, well, that's more of a me question. I'll find another one for you, Mike, here. Yeah, we'd love to have Darth microtransactions on. He's been busy. I know he's got an invite. I know it's early for some people. I think that's really early for him. But yeah, he's always welcome. We'll get him on eventually. I'd love to have him on here. All right, so for you, Michael.
Yay.
Paparazzi says, question, do you think the new TB will drop the new gear piece?
No.
Come on, man.
No, it's gonna give you all the crap.
Did you not just listen to what Warrior said?
So you just said that nice.
Hang on. Let me think about it. No. No. I highly unlikely, TM.
I can't even. I think if we get it, it'll be another new piece we'll need. Why not throw it all into Geos' territory battle and just make us go cray. Like,
yeah,
I have to from what?
Maybe they
I have to get what?
Stop going.
Oh.
I was going to say maybe they can stop flicking through the Ann Summers catalogue before they come up with the designs for the new gear pieces from here on, though.
Oh Christ! Hold on, I'm getting pinged in Discord. What's going on here? Oh, just people saying hi.
Well, I think there's a slight chance we might get maybe some salvage to the Gear 12 Plus pieces from it, maybe. Perhaps.
Yeah, I could see that. They've been saying for a while after the raid mechanics that there'd be other ways to farm the Gear 12 Plus pieces, and we're still missing that component, right? Like, other than the salvage for them, we're missing, like, the actual, like, raid salvage pieces that we still can't get.
Yeah, because nothing boosts your morale like getting 2 pieces of salvage of the 90 that you need.
Oh, yeah. Super motivating.
I'm probably really late to the party, but like Dark Side Battles, normal node 9. My word, there's some really nice shards nodes to farm there. You know, where you get in one of the multi-tool or you got the multi-tool on one side and the other one that looks like the multi-tool.
Oh yeah, that one's
on
like
the other.
bayonet. Mm-hmm.
And it gives you the second, the purple mats as well, and Mark III condoms. Sorry, Mark III shower drains.
Did you say condom? All right, Mike, you're on a timeout.
Yeah, they look. That's what it looks like. It looks like a packaged condom.
Okay, we're moving on. Oh, good lord. Had to take it there, Mike. Just had to take it there. All right, next question for our man Warrior, high up in the sky in Colorado. From Ski Trooper Warrior. He says, question, what do I do with my Padme team now that they have all their Zetas? It seems like you need to mod them different for each use. BD Malak needs slow Padme, other comps she's fast. What say you, oh great and powerful wise warrior?
Well, they kind of answered their own question. What do you do with them? Well, you put them on defense or use them on offense. And if you use them on defense, you slow her down. If you use her on, or on offense, you slow her down. If you use her on defense, you speed her up. Like, I don't know what the question is. Which one's better? Because really, there's no better. I suppose I use it on defense for my own personal Grand Arena because it's just one more solid A roster team that somebody has to really try to beat. Because if they don't know how to beat it, don't know the counter, it's just one more thing they're going to stumble on. So I put everything that's good on defense, from my highest end Scoundrels to the Padme team to Darth Revan with Malak.
Yeah, who are you using as a fifth on that team?
Actually, mine's very unique, so let me go look really quick because
we know the big four, and then the debate I've been seeing on that team is like who to use as a fifth. I like R2D2, but
I actually use Anakin in my Revan team to beat Darth Revan teams. So I actually have Padme lead with 2 Zetas. I have General Kenobi with his Zeta. I have Snips with her Zeta. I have Barasafi with her Zeta, and then I have Ayla Sakura.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I faced one of those in the first round. It was really tough.
Yeah, because it's a really good team, but with all the stuns, the thing is every team I go against in Grand Arena, when they have just a crap ton of stuns, those are the worst. I absolutely hate those teams. Like, everyone's keep talking on this stream about how they're using their troopers against Night Sisters. That hasn't even been a thing for me for like a year because every team I go against, they've got like 120 potency on everybody, and my guys get stun locked, killed, and now I've primed the team. Yay me! So I haven't used the troopers. I know, and this is even with my characters being faster, even with my Stark at like 300 and smoking their slow ass Asajj. It doesn't matter. She still comes eventually. They rebound, and next thing you know, it's like stun, and all my guys are like in these weird positions, like So I can't do that team. I don't know why everyone's
maybe
still
choke, man. What's up with the sound effects, dude? Jesus.
Entry level, mid level, it works. But the highest end of people mod what the heck they're modding correctly, like that does not work. Come on,
no. So for Night Sister, especially with Spirit on the team, I use Triumvirate. I'm not screwing around
Spirit's
with that
always
team.
there, and she's just like whacking a mole, taking people out, one shot them. It's just like, all right.
But I mean, like the teams, like you just use them against mid-tier teams. Like if their bounty hunters are not mod, like for me, if you make a bad choice on your defense, like your bounty hunters are slow, you're getting troopered. They'll eat them alive. or if you're Ewoks or thing like that, I'm like, enjoy the troopers. You made it easy win for me there. So they're situational. So they're not a team that I agree with you on that. So I don't use troopers against Night Sisters mainly because Night Sisters is fully geared with a spirit. You cannot go in there with a trooper team or something like that because they're going to get stun locked. They're going to get all kinds. Because with Doc and Spirit alone, they'll get stun locked, and you're like, well, I'm dead. That sucks.
Fun fact, just figured I'd throw this out because a lot of people haven't been checking balance in game, but I just enjoy looking at all that. Rebels have always had the largest faction, 34 characters that are Rebels. That's pretty insane. That's a lot. I mean, that's like almost a quarter of all the characters in the game. But their recent push, they now have Scoundrels at 30, which is pretty insane. And then Galactic Republic is almost 30 as well. They're like 28 or something like that, 27, 28. So Galactic Republic and Scoundrels are almost caught up to the Rebel faction as far as the amount of characters. I thought that was interesting because I remember, a few years ago, it was like Rebels were 50% of all characters in the game. Mm-hmm. And they were doing like Rogue One and Phoenix. And people were like, oh my God, like do something else.
Can we have evil stuff? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, and now they've balanced it really well. I mean, Rebels are still the highest faction in the game at 34 unique Rebels, but it's interesting now to see Galactic Republic higher, much higher than it used to be, and Scoundrels are now almost where the Rebels were.
Some interesting facts by our man Warrior. All right, next question to good old Maurice. Well, Trash Gamer just wants to know, will there be a game update next week? Do you think they're dropping some, it's been quiet, good old Maurice. Do you think there's something coming next week? And if so, what do you think it's going to be?
Well, we have lots of things around the corner. As far in terms of like a surprise, I don't know, I would be surprised. But, we do have the territory battles are coming soon. We've got the new Galactic or Grand Arena structure, right? The new ladder, sort of tournament structure they've mentioned. So, I would anticipate that probably pretty soon. It could just be, there could be another quiet week and we just get like a huge title update as well. Maybe we get territory battles, this Grand Arena, and then something else. The last one, they've kind of slipped in some quality of life updates. That we got the super quick challenge sims now. Why we can't just do it all at once instead of just every 5 seconds, I don't know, but I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess. But, it's just, I don't know. I would anticipate next week being quiet, and then we get a big one, probably maybe 2 weeks.
All right.
Just as a sidebar to that, who do you think, in the light side territory battle, you need the Hoth Rebel brothers.
Yeah.
You have to have them 7-star for phase 6. Who do you think? And it's probably going to be Galactic Republic. So is it going to be like Kit Fisto or Eve Carth, or who do you reckon we're going to have at 7-star to be able to at least attempt the phase 6 node?
I don't know. It's going to be Separatists and then maybe Troopers or something that they're going to introduce.
Oh, you better believe those Separatist droids will be required somewhere deep in the... You have to use dark side characters for this one, yes?
Is it dark side this one?
Oh, is it the
I don't know which one
side.
There's going to be both sides, isn't there?
So I would, if we use the dark side characters, you're gonna need those droids. Probably at P5, P6, just because B1 and Droideka are newer, so it'll kind of force a panic sort of farm for the guilds, really trying to crush the TB. Dooku, Newt probably be required at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of
something new. It doesn't have to make sense. We're using Phoenix and Rogue One on Hoth. It doesn't have to make sense at all. So it's
actually, both of those require rebels. That I reckon. I'm just thinking about it. I reckon it'll be the 2 of the Geos. It'll be like spy or Poggle or something, or spy and some fact. It'll be one of the more. Yeah, actually, that would work out okay. If it was.
They'll probably look at which dark side characters the fewest players have and make them required for something.
Yeah. Poggle, because he doesn't have a ship, so no one's going to work him, and yeah.
Prior to TB, prior to the light side TB, Hoth, a 7-star Hoth Rebel soldier was like a trophy, right? That's just a trophy. The very, largest rosters had. It had no use. It was just, hey, look what I have. Kind of like when Grievous, the first people got 7-star Grievous, dude. It's just like, look what I can do. And then, I guess they got a little bit of return on their investment, but.
All right, next question will go to Stoner. It's kind of for the panel, but we'll start with you, Stoner. Here it's from RG Vormax. Should CG give us some sort of road ahead since nothing is happening in the game right now? That way they can keep us interested? Question mark.
Well, I mean, like we have always called it like the road behind and stuff like that, right? Like they're always behind on the road ahead.
You're kind of behind your microphone. We can barely hear you.
Yeah, I don't have my headphones on right now.
Speak closer to the mic, wherever the voice. Project your voice.
Yeah, hello. No, I mean, yeah, I definitely could. Hopefully, would see a road ahead in the next week or two before this TV launches. Right? They're not just going to spring it on us and be like, "Oh, there's a mass update. Oh, there's a new skin territory battle." Oh, so I hope we see something like that within the next week or two, beginning of June. So I could see it for sure.
All right. Let's see. Next question let's see, we're back up top to Michael. Andrew Cruikshank. Question. Thanks for your time. I watch every day. Well, thank you for that, Andrew. What team, gear level, and Zetas do you recommend for targeting Malak? I worry about the gear. Juhani, a better choice due to her easier gear? I think we've been speaking about this all week on the lunch stream, Mike. That you can kind of take Juhani to 9-10 and then the rest just get 17-5 however you can, right?
That's it. That's the way you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for the Malak event, you're going to need basically Canderous,
A
Carth.
padded room to protect your phone.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's not get into that part of it. But just to get into the event, you'll need Carth. And if he's got his Zeta, which you want for the Darth Revan part of it, it's a good Zeta. It's a great Zeta. He'll be 17-5. Juhani does to beat that. You really want Carth, Canderous, Mission, Zalbar, and those are going to be the 4 you're going to go in there split because you'll need Fallen Basila and HK, which you should already have done and worked on with those characters because regular Basila and Jolie go into the light side one. So you're just bringing in Mission and Zalbar on them. The other side, you're going to need the 4 total with HK, Fallen Basila, Canderous, and Carth. The dark side one's easy. The light side one, you have to manipulate it and set it up to where you can burn it down. And having the Zeta on Mission is really important too. I think you don't need it for Zalbar. I'd be without it. Once you understand how it works, you're just armor shredding the hell out of Malak so that when it comes down to the final push, your Mission and your guys are just knocking the crap out of Malak and killing him pretty quickly. Did I miss anything on that, Mike? Or correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I don't think so. I mean, the only issue there, is just going to be having that 5th 17,500 power rating.
Yeah,
too.
Then that's the thing.
I mean, I had to put. I think I'd actually taken my Juhani up to gear 12, and I still had to give her
gear 11 to 12 is not
piece.
easy. It's not easy.
No.
None of them are.
And of course, if she's not gear 12, then you can't even have just a loadout of 6E mods that you can throw on her to see whether that will just bump her up. You've got to get her geared to do that, and that's kind of the force behind it all, isn't it? You have to gear them to a certain level to hit the points.
All right.
Cap.
Darth Sign 1972. Question for you specifically, Warrior. What's the best option as a 5th for my Carth team? I'm currently farming L3 to plug in as she seems faster to gear than Juhani. What are your thoughts between Juhani and L3 on that team?
I think L3's a great, individual to plug in. For the Carth team, so I'm a little different. I mean, I use L3 and Vandor together under Kira, and then I like to use, of course, the Dot team with Canderous Ordo and then Mission Zalbar underneath Carth. Oh, nasty. So I like to have kind of more of a Dot-centric team than another one that's just like an annoying rebel team, Scoundrel team kind of thing. And so I use personally Nest with Carth, although I switched that 5th slot up quite a bit. And then I used a couple of Hans with the other Scoundrel team.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
very well.
I don't actually use Juhani for either one of them. If I use Juhani, a lot of times I'll like an offensive team that's like super fun to use, and it can slice open a lot of teams. Almost all teams are totally vulnerable to this, except for maybe the Revans, and that is a Bastila lead with Juhani, Old Ben, Hermit Yoda, and then Wampa, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy for most things you want to kill, because Bastila provides all that extra protection up. Wampa provides his own protection up, so there's just a crap ton of protection they got to deal with and get through. You've got Old Ben that's fast, ability blocking and taunting. You got Juhani taunting, so there's a couple taunts. You got little Hermit Yoda going all stealth. Wampa does all the damage. You can put Master's Training on him right away. You can buff him up with Bastila, and then he goes just ape crap, killing people, doing AoE days. I've got double Zeta on him, so he also throws the health down and all that, healing immunity, so it's pretty cool.
Very nice. So there you go. Next question for good old Maurice from Trash Gamer. Question: will there be a 5th Galactic Republic character rework to make Padme Squad better?
I think so, yeah. I think we're still missing the 5th. Whether it be a rework or maybe a new character, I think we're definitely missing the 5th character. There's a lot of good characters that you could slot in there. A lot of people use the C-3PO. You could use, like Warrior mentioned earlier, there's 27, 28 Galactic Republic to choose from. Are a handful of those very undesirable? Yes, but all it takes is one, even touch up. I mean, look at Dooku's touch up. Dooku's touch up made him a whole different character, while still kind of maintaining the same mechanics. So if we get some sort of like a turn, well, I guess you can't really use turn meter on that team. So I mean, there's lots of things they can do. Mace Windu, I think, is the one everybody really wants to see, right? So, if you got the 4, if you got GK, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Padme, I mean, you've got the team. You just need the new piece. So, we'll have to see what that piece is.
Yes, they'll always throw a monkey wrench into something. All right, Hellnex has a question. I'll get yours next, Zyla, but he says, God. Did any of y'all check out the Escape podcast yesterday? Highly recommended for all. After the lunch stream ends, there were 2 very interesting guests on the show last night, and one was the Salty Spartan Shameless Self Promotion. All right, go check out the Escape podcast. I know DPK was on there, Hellnex, so go check that out. All right, Stoner Jedi, question for you from Paparazzi. Question: what is the best team for damage for Darth Revan in Heroic Sith? They want the team. They want it now. Give them the answer, Stoner.
The best team for Phase 3?
No, Phase just says Heroic Sith. Yes, just break it down for them. They want the Is team.
I mean, I really like the Death Mark with Scion in Phase 2, which is why I said what I said earlier, because like majority of the time now what I just do is throw my Jedi Knight Revan team in, push auto, and majority of the time I'll catch the back end of the P2 in our guild. So I mean, most guilds will have more time to run more teams, kind of have a better idea of when it's getting closer to the end of the Phase 2. And again, the ideal team that I haven't gotten to run yet would probably be Darth Revan, Fallen Bastila, Malak, Marauder, and then HK. Marauder is just amazing. I mean, like, he's such a great character, but he's unfortunately been one of those characters that has to fall through the cracks. It's like a filler character, just because his value is only under the Darth Revan team, and he's mainly there to replace Sith Trooper for the defensive concept. Like, if you have Malak in there, he's going to taunt and have his own survivability. So that'll be great for the tank there. You won't need 2 tanks in that situation. And the bonuses in that phase, in Phase 3 in particular, it's main to like drive an offensive presence team, right? So like that's what like the share alone statistics for. All the attackers share the 1 buff. But you can make the exception for Malak, and again, you just start the match off with an AoE standalone from Darth Revan. He's going to topple the lightsabers. Everybody's going to start going. You're going to start dropping all the debuffs from Fallen Bastila and HK. and then you kind of just pick away one lightsaber at a time around AoEs, around topples. I mean, from what I've seen, if you catch the butt end of phase 2 and do your solid damage to the in-range in phase 3, you can come out of there with anywhere from like 7-8 mil. So I mean, I'm sure those numbers can increase too with more testing. So
all right, back up to the top to Michael W. Huntington III. Next question from Alvin Rubens. Question: how much can we expect the Newt and Dooku reworks will help for 7-starring Padme with Geos, Spy, Asajj, and other Geos?
Greatly, I think.
Hugely. Extortion alone is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah. I've got to be honest. I still haven't actually tried Dooku since the rework. I don't have the Zeta on him. Don't have the Zeta on Newt either. But I do like Newt. Newt just adds something. I mean, he just adds so much to that Grievous squad. Switch out Magna for Newt. I think Newt's an easier gear than Magna Guard as well. So as long as you don't need Magna Guard somewhere. Anyone want ice cream? Sorry.
Way easier gear.
Fail, Mike.
Yeah. Fail. Ice cream. Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. So yes.
Lieutenant Dan.
I think that it really will just it's almost as if CG have looked at it and thought, you know what we don't have is enough players that can access Padme. How do we do that? How do we achieve that? Let's make these reworks so that they will allow it. I mean, I've seen footage of Dooku leads and Dooku with Geos and Newt, and they're pretty awesome as well. It's like stealth them all except for some fact, and then you, like you say, you put out that ability from Newt, and and they're all hitting harder, and then if you've got the Zetas on them, they're hitting for 5% max health of the enemy or something. So then yes, I long answer short. Yes,
cut it off, Mike. Get the ice cream.
I'm going to get an ice cream. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, back. Good job. All right, back up to Warrior from Utah. Question: I get my crystals from Fleet because I'm free to play and have a mod depth issue. I've been using my energy between Carth and the ETA 2. Is the ETA the best ship, or is the Sith fighter or bomber a better choice?
The ETA-2 is better than either one of those. Obviously, the other two are very likely to be used in a upcoming and future thing. So, there's that possibility. So I would just consider the fact of what's coming up. But between those that you have, the only known entity that we know is good is the ETA-2. So if it was me, I would continue on that path.
Where do you use your ETA? Are you using your starting lineup? Are you using it in a different lineup where you use your ETA?
Sadly, because of this current meta, it's a very bland meta. It's like you have Houndstooth in the front with, Han's Millennium Falcon. That's it. That's all you need. Those two ships on the front or whatever. So it doesn't really matter the rest of them. I mean, obviously Phantom 2 and Cassian's U-Wing are two good reinforcements to use with it, but the prior meta, I was using it in a reinforcement slot, and in Grand Arena, I use it in my reinforcement slot for my defensive ship. And if I needed to clean something up on offense that maybe I didn't do well, I would use it definitely as a ship to come in. But no, it's not used a whole lot for me. My free to play account, I don't even have it farmed up yet. I got kind of sidetracked on it early on, and then I realized that was bad JoJo for me to be focused on too much, so I had to kind of dial it back.
All right. Next question for good old Maurice. Let's see here. I had it and just lost it. Give me a second. There it is. World Girl 128. Question for good old Maurice. For the Jedi Knight Rev encounter with Thrawn for Darth, how do you beat it if they replace Sith Trooper with a lightning fast Thrawn?
Well, that actually is very difficult to beat. If you if the team does not include Sith Trooper or Sith Marauder, you start throwing in Thrawn, some people are running the Kylo Ren, Grandmaster Yoda, Bastila, Darth Revan, all sorts of variations. I know that video we released, it does kind of struggle against Jedi Knight Revan, is what he's asking. Yeah, Jedi Knight Revan with Thrawn. Mm-hmm. It will struggle against that comp, just because Thrawn kind of throws a fracture. And like I said earlier, I mean, the team that you're using is so fine-tuned and meticulous, and everything's you got to go in a very set order. Thrawn comes in and fractures somebody. If it's anyone except Jolie, it really messes up the timing, and it's very, very difficult to get Darth Revan down, because that's the whole goal, right? You want to pick at Darth Revan, set up Grandmaster Yoda with the buffs for Bastila, and then just take him out all the way, hopefully from 50 or so % health all the way down. And that can be tough if you're missing a basic attack, if he fractures, Bastila, then she can't spread the buffs. It can be tough against any of the teams that we didn't show in that video. It does have its counters, if you will. There's also ways to build Darth Revan to actually reduce the effectiveness of that Jedi Knight Revan team. Like there's probably going to be 2 different builds for Darth Revan. You're going to have your arena build, and then you're going to have your grand arena build. I mean, you slap 3 health primaries on Darth Revan and a crit avoidance arrow. That Jedi Knight Revan team is very, very iffy then, right? So you get your Darth Revans up to 50 to 60,000 health with the crit avoidance arrow. I mean, at least that's 35% of the time that Grandmaster Yoda is just simply not going to crit on his big move. It's going to equalize Darth Revan's health. You lose. So there are other ways to do it, even with just mods. I got sidetracked there. I'm sorry. So yeah, avoid Thrawn, I guess. There you go.
All right. Next question, we go to Stoner from What Else 73. Question: who do you think the Marquee character they said they were postponing is? We had to speculate there, Stoner.
I'd say it's something like Separatist wise, because we have a lot of Galactic Republic characters, and where this month and this past month was, right, like with the reworks and the event, and they're kind of making this precedence to creating a second Separatist team or introducing some more characters to kind of stretch that faction out a little bit more. So I really would think it would have been a Separatist character, just because the Galactic Republic has way more depth and they're trying to make that as even as they can. But I could also see newer content for both sides coming. So I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of time for whatever got pushed back and a reason why it got pushed back, right? Like they're not gonna Marquee overload us and dump a bunch of Marquees on us all at once.
Like
but
last
I
year?
think that in the next couple weeks, I think in the next couple weeks, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be again. Because some people really did like the amount of Marquees, and some people didn't. And I mean, there's always gonna be that fine line between parties and stuff like that. But I definitely see more Separatist and Galactic Republic characters down the road for sure, especially until the new movie comes.
Good on Maurice Rosen 917 says question says GOM's avatar is how 69 looks like now. Oh God.
We'll say somebody confused it with Africa Bombata earlier, and just a little fun fact: are you guys aware that Africa, Bambata's net worth is $5 million still to this day?
I did not know that.
Wow.
I could have kept that to myself. That was really stupid. I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome.
That was a good fact.
I wish my net worth was $5 million.
Yeah, mine's like $5. So I mean, he's got me by a bunch of zeros. So
I would be lucky if it's that, right?
Yeah, right. You see what I'm saying?
So instead of focusing on the questions and the answers, I am googling rappers from the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
Net worth here.
Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Fun question.
I'm trying to remember what P-Funk All-Stars I used to listen to.
Yeah, see.
Once you pointed out it's George Clinton, it's like, I know that name.
Yeah.
I'm ancient.
All right, back up top to, let's see, Michael from Morel Maniac. His question: would a Fallen Anakin event involve Tusken, as no one has him cured outside of Wales?
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh my God! Did you guys see the meme that was what was it? How CG feels about dolphins, and it was the South Park meme of all the the people with that episode where there was like whale wars or something like that. I forget it was, and it was them killing all the dolphins.
Oh yeah, dolphins and whales.
Yeah.
You never seen that one before?
Yeah.
That's so
That
wrong.
Reddit thread is unbelievable. It's just like
Oh my
everyone's
God.
all in for 3 years, and just everyone just had like a meme-gasm all over. just going nuts. It's been pretty entertaining to watch.
Everybody going through their discords from like the last couple of years and just piling it on Reddit.
Oh my
I think
god.
I'm only halfway through it so far.
I know.
Oh my God.
So much scrolling. I would love it. Yes, they should do that just so that we all have to say over and over.
Real quick from before we go to Warrior, Andrew Krushik said, "My question is on cast. My question is soon. I didn't say thanks properly. Thanks Ranger. Thanks Warrior. Thanks Isla. Thanks Mike. Thanks anyone have I missed?" And then all of a sudden, and real small. It's late here in Sydney. You're welcome, man. All right, Charman Warrior. Apropos Win says, question: who does Padme counter the best? If you had to use Padme, what's ideally the teams you want to use her against, there, Warrior?
The only team that I would use her against would be either the Rebels or against a Darth Revan team. Very specific to go against Darth Revan. You have to have it modded a very specific way for it to work. But that's what most people in Team Instinct, if they're keeping her or using her for, is Darth Revan. They're either using a Revan or a Padme team to take out Darth Revan. So there's that.
Your mic just went crazy, dude.
My mic did?
Yeah, it sounds like you're far away and echoing.
Weird. Let me mute and unmute.
Now you're roboto. Cool. That's getting all kinds of sound effects from Warrior.
How's that now?
A little bit better.
Interesting. Weird.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
crazy. He started doing all kinds of stuff.
That's the answer. So
okay, there you go.
I've also heard people using her for like a Night Sister counter too as well.
No,
like,
they kill Night Sisters, like no problem.
It's definitely the third best team, right? Like it's Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, Padme, right?
I don't know about that.
I do. I agree with that statement.
Well, maybe from like an offensive presence, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's good against Carth. I used it the last render against Carth.
Yeah.
Oh well, my
public team sucks, so I'm not going to develop it. So I'm just being silly.
He's being cranky. Good on Mercy.
I just don't want to miss anything in the future. So
Warrior's right. Be quiet, good old Mercy. Damn it! You're trying to confuse the fans.
Another thing I found out: don't try and use Traya Nihilus soloing a Padme team.
No, don't do that.
No,
that's bad.
Hey, the triumvirate Newt Dooku is 60 banners against Padme team. That's pretty good.
That's where I went wrong though. I just went with Trey and Nihilus. Like they got raw.
He forgot the other three. Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking there on that one, Stoner. So
you know me. I'm always trying my short-headed team. So.
I do. All right, Jason Crulet, question for you, good old Maurice. You can get off the wealth of the rappers for a second. Which teams should I use Zetas on next? Assume they're all Gear 12. Carth lead, Old Republic team, Carth led Old Republic team or GG Separatists. So you have two teams you can put Zetas on: Carth led Old Republic or the General Grievous Separatists.
Well, the General Grievous team is better, but you need Carth for Malak, right? So if you got Malak if you got Malak, then I would probably go with Grievous, but just know that Grievous is a big investment. Much like the Galactic Republic team these guys are just talking about. I mean, you can't just put a Zeta on Grievous and have the team. I think you absolutely have to have Zetas on B2. You have to have Zetas on B1. And you arguably got to have both on Grievous. Droideka and 100 are nice, but they're not required. So, I mean, you're looking at probably a minimum of 3 Zetas to have that team operating, semi-effectively. Carth, on the other hand, that you're going to need that team. And Carth Zeta is very good. If you have Mission and Zalbar Zeta, I'd go ahead and finish off that team and just have it done.
Yeah, it's a really, really nasty
that's a tough question to answer, I guess, without seeing which character.
Yeah, we're kind of speculating on that, but I mean, all things equal, I think you're right. So, All right, next question for Stoner. Guys, go ahead and get your questions in. We're gonna start wrapping it up. So you guys, I'm just get your questions in. Make sure you put a question in front of your statement and start firing away and get them in here. So let's go to Stoner. This is from Jason Krulik again. He says, "Question: Who's the best there to start with Hounds with the Millennium Falcon and Houndstooth and fleets?" Who are you going with there, Stoner?
The best lineup or the best counter?
What is the best third to use in the starting lineup?
How
do you kind of run it?
Biston. I mean, it would definitely be Biston. I mean, like, Biston he's such a high investment, but once you get that investment, you basically just start the match off by one-shotting the Falcon, right? Like, Biston just calls the Falcon to assist and just basically crushes the Falcon on the opposition. So, and then I haven't made that jump obviously with Biston. So my 3 is probably the most generic meta right now for the Falcon, Houndstooth, Biggs, and the Falcon. Mm-hmm. It's just because it's so durable back and forth. But the only problem is the idea is to breach their Biggs, and then once you're starting to make the opposition and attack their Houndstooth and burn their Houndstooth down, there's a lot of target lock between Biggs and Millennium Falcon, so it's kind of like another RNG fest, right? Like your Biggs will taunt after taking the opposition AoE and probably be about 50% health or less, and then at that point it's a coin flip if it can get a dodge or an evade or anything like that. And it's kind of niche right now, but it's really all about checking your speeds and making sure you have 5A to 6E mods on your ships. And then that way getting that extra, again, 1 or 2 speed will make the meta.
All right. Next question. Back up top to Michael W. Huntington III. It's for the panel, but we'll start with you, Mike. Question for the panel. Do you think, and this is from Sith Lord 72, for the panel, do you think we'll get some Marquee soon, or are the new gear pieces the new monetization of the game? It's a good question.
It is a good question. They've thrown a couple of curveballs at us with the introduction of the shuttle and the Ebon Hawk. So like you have a limited number of days, and they'll appear in certain areas of the game, and you can get them that way. They've also actually shook up the Marquee by introducing the second or the newer pack, which drops more shards and everything. I think we are due some Marquees, but it's the timing thing, isn't it? I would like to see it for a few more weeks. Of course, the dreaded one, of course, is that they'll drop the Marquees just before the launch of the Geonosian territory battle, and of course, you will need.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to stick with? But for monetization, do you think they're going to go back to Marquees, or do you think they're going to keep sticking with this gear?
No, I think they're going to. I think they're going to spread it around. I really do.
Evenly spread. An even flow,
Yeah. I mean, it's crystal driven, isn't it? It's you need the crystals to get the tunes in the end. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of changing the way that they do it.
Anybody else thoughts on this? Yes, no, maybe so.
I mean, I personally love it when they monetize new areas of the game.
You do?
No.
I
don't know. I kind of like the little galactic chase. I personally like that.
It was different. I did too. It was different.
I think for newer players though, that's not as like the Marquee. It gives you for newer players, the Marquee gives you the character.
Right.
And you can continue to focus on what you're focusing on. Whereas the galactic chase, you got to stop and just go after that. So I mean, I think it's more. It was fine for me, but I think Marquees overall might be a little more. I don't know. That's tough to. I don't know.
It's all about balance, right? I mean,
Yeah.
when they decided to change, because they're like trying different monetization techniques. I get that they're a business; they want to try different things. What kind of puts a little bit of spice into their funds because they see a slow decline and they're trying to stimulate that growth. That's great. I have no problem with a business making money. But what happened was they went marquee and they planned a ton of them and they went a ton of marquees, marquee heavy. We got marquee drunk and we're just like, this sucks. And so then they got the blowback because they did too many, like 30 in a row or some crap.
Yeah,
It was something
crazy.
insane. And people were just like, my God, stop, just stop already. Let's do some legendaries. Well, then recently they've kind of, they the thing is it's like a train, right? It takes forever to get going. And once it's going way too fast to stop. This is exactly what their business model is. And so that's what the marquee issue was. It was a train on fire going fast and nobody could stop it. They just like marquee. And they're like, I'm sorry, we're sorry, but we still have more that are coming. We apologize because we can't stop this train. Well, now this year they kind of turned that train around and started it down in like legendary style events with a couple of other type events intermingled, and that train's going full bore. And I think that it's kind of hard for them because they've got to try and find this balance. So I think having too much of any one particular type of event is too tired. You do too many legendaries that require 5 Gear 12, 17,500 GP characters. That'll cause burnout too. If you put too many marquees in a row, that's going to cause burnout. It's about a balance. So throw a couple marquees in, do a couple reworks, do a legendary, wait a couple months to do another legendary, do a couple more touch ups, do another rework, bring in a couple new clones. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
There's
agree.
just you know what I mean? Just keep like reworking these things and kind of mixing it up and throw in a galactic chase, putting 2 new ships there, and just keep it mixed up, and everybody will be happy because it won't be a burnout situation. And I think that's why they're introducing so many different things, because they want to see what kind of makes them the most money, but also introducing us, the community, into all these differing options, so that way when they start rolling out just this varying option, we'll kind of be okay with it. But I just think balance. It's like it's like anything. Ice cream's good. 16 gallons of ice cream in one day is bad. You'll puke. So
maybe
just,
to you, warrior.
That's what I like to do, is
Yeah,
go to
well
Walmart
said.
and buy the big cheap tub and just sit there and keep eating it.
It's just you're crying as you're eating it. You can't stop. Good solid points, warrior. All right.
What I'm curious of, just really quick though,
Yeah, go
monetization is when are they going to roll out the $999 purchase a Zeta pack
Oh yeah, buy 20 Zetas for
for the
$1,000.
Kraken? Yeah, 20 Zetas, $499. Oh, that's it. Only $499 they're half off right now. They're normally $999. You get a whole Zeta.
Save.
We'll sell them for a week.
Because
and buy
there's
2
that
a
guy.
day.
There's a guy called Skycrack and others, like I had Moby that used to be in Team Instinct, and all these guys, they're like, oh, that's a deal. I'm going to buy 20 of them today. And they would make so much money off of like 6 people. They entire quarter 3 off of like 6 people.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm crying.
It's true. It's so true. Oh my god.
Speaking of that, I got 90 Zetas now. I hit that this week. That was pretty cool.
Well,
Milestone.
So you're saying the $499 Zeta thing will not work for you, warrior?
Not for me, no. I'm got everything, and I'm stockpiling everything, and I don't foresee them introducing something that I have that feel of a need to have to spend money.
Oh my god. All right, next question. That was great. This is kind of a cool one for the whole panel. Question: what's your favorite picture or info from the Vanity Fair article? I'll say mine real quick. Seeing the Knights of Ren made me very happy, and at the end there's stuff of what they were talking about with Carrie Fisher, kind of tugged at the old emotional strings. I don't know if you guys saw the Vanity Fair pictures. Did you guys get a chance to see the article or for episode 9 and stuff like that?
Just the covers.
The covers are cool. Yes, they're always cool. Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I'm First Order fanboy, so the Knights of Ren look really cool, and
God, they look
I'm
just
just excited of the elite guards too, the Red Stormtroopers. I'm so ready for those. I mean, some more First Order filler characters, right?
Yes.
I skimmed through it, and I didn't know that George Lucas had actually originally gone for the Flash Gordon rights. Didn't get it, and that's how he created, and that's
Get
why he
outta
came
here.
to create Star Wars.
Flash!
And that was like, wow,
Flash! He'll save every one of us.
that's it. Just think, we would never have had the movie Ted.
All right, let's going on to
Ah!
I know. Queen. God, so good. All right, so I think we did Mike. Now it's Warrior. Andrew Cruishank says question. Wait, was there? Wait a minute, I gotta figure this one out here, Warrior. Wait a second.
Savior of the universe.
All right. Okay, so he's got a two-part question here, Warrior. So give me a second. So from Andrew, Warrior question: does the panel think that the one cycle beyond free-to-play system continues? Second time for the Journey Tunes 5-star legendaries, FTP first time, next time for 7 stars. And the second part is this: it's been working that way since forever. Do you reckon Malak will break it or has broken it?
The cycle, as far as like how often they bring back legendaries, is that the question?
Well, yeah. So does the panel think that the one cycle behind free-to-play system continues? Second time for the Journey Heroes or 5-star legendaries, free-to-play first time. Giving examples of like that where you can.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, the first time something comes around, it's really just the Dolphins that were really hyper-focused in Wales. And we know this because people say, "Oh, I was free to play like that."
Well, your mic cut out again.
There's like 3 of you, maybe. The rest of them are like super focused Dolphins or Whales. So it's like 8% to 10% of the population gets the character, and they say there's like a 10 to 15% population of Whales and Dolphins. So it's like, you know what I mean? The high end, spenders, the highest in top 15%, and they're like 10 to 15% getting the character. So I tend to think the people who are, spending are spending for a purpose. Although there's a few of those randos out there that are just like $1 million, go, and they've got like a Gear 12 Kifisto, and you're like, why? So it happens, but most of the people that are spending, and so there's that cycle where you're like, oh crap, that's cool. Oh, never mind. I'll just farm them now, and I'll fall short, and then I'll get it next time. I just had Revan on my main account, or not on my main account. What the hell do I think? On my alt account, Scissorman, and it just came, a couple weeks ago, and same with CLS. I missed both of them, and that's fine. And then, but I am farming for those 2 events, CLS and Revan. I'm getting the characters' rarities up, and then I'll work on the gear, and it's going to cycle through. I think Malak and Padme will probably go a full 4 months. I really think they're going to try and stretch out that kind of exclusivity. The reason for Malak is Padme. I just think they'll just do it to just do it. But I think for Malak, he's kind of like Traya, right? And Traya was one of those characters that took like 4 to 6 months to get to 7 stars, and so they kind of wanted to make that a super rare character for a period of time and kind of give the people that had it a chance to kind of have a little reprieve and have a little advantage for a while. I think Malak's the same way, so I think he's going to probably come back in 4 months. But they have surprised me in the past where, the first 2 events that are ever in the game was Yoda and Emperor Palpatine. And Yoda took 6 full months to come back, and Emperor Palpatine took 6 full months from June to December to come back. And so I was like, these are rare events. Like, this is a big deal. Now it's like, oh yeah, we'll bring CLS back next month. That's fine. Whatever. So every other month, that's okay. So it's almost like an every other monthly cycle for some of those characters. But I'm hoping they don't do that. I'm hoping they maintain kind of a 3 to 4 month window, because there should be some advantage for those who got them for a short period of time. If that makes sense. So,
yes.
I just like some events that don't have back in the day, it was like, if it was a hero's journey, it wasn't about gear. It was more about the rarity, right? Get the characters, that's it. And then the other ones were like, oh, you got the characters, so we're going to talk about gear and getting them up. But now it's like, you got to have the rarity and the gear and the Zetas, and we're going to stab you in the eye while you're playing. You know what I mean? You're like, stop it. Put the stick down. It hurts. You know what I mean? So
yes. I don't like that stick. The stick is bad. Oh God. All right. Great answer. Next question to good old Maurice from Taiwan Bear. I like this name, Taiwan Bear. That's fantastic. It says question: Zeta on Newt, yes or no? And is the leader? Is it the leader or not?
All right.
Or is he the leader or not?
I have been known to develop crushes on obscure characters
Really?
in the past. He's one of them. I think Newt is absolutely phenomenal.
What did you say?
But that being said, I have a pretty deep roster. I think, these guys were talking about the Galactic Republic earlier. I think that's obviously a better use of your Zetas. Of course, anything that goes in your arena team. If you have a spare playtime Zeta, Newt is exceptional, but you do need a full separatist faction. This Zeta personally fell right into my lap. I have all the Geos. Newt is actually the only separatist I didn't have at year 12. There's so many combinations. I mean, I am consistently beating everything except Darth Revan with Newt Gunray lead. There are stipulations like Jedi Knight Revan. That's an easy win with Newt Gunray lead as long as they don't mark B1 or Dooku. So 60% of the time it's 100%.
Yes, it works 100% of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you can do so much with that Zeta and all those pieces in that faction. But anything that you pair with a Newt lead does kind of take something away from your Grievous team. I think Xylo or Warrior earlier mentioned that B1 is pretty instrumental for General Grievous' success. Yes, Newt Gunray does enhance the General Grievous team. Somebody mentioned taking out IG-100 earlier on the show. That's a great option as well. Just all that damage he does. The big joke. I mean, Dooku got reworked, and the big joke was, oh, Dooku's damage still sucks. No, it doesn't with Newt. Like if you're bringing Newt Gunray, and you have the Zeta Newt Gunray, and you bring Dooku against one of these Padme teams, Dooku's double tap out damages Han Solo. Like it's insane how much damage that Newt Zeta can provide against certain health-based teams. I don't know. It's not meta. There are clearly better options for your Zetas, but if you got a free one in the Separatists, I would. I'm a big fan, but I developed crushes. I guess I was trying to. I don't want to mislead. I personally love that character a lot.
I love the laugh that he gives after putting that debuff down.
Oh no way! I've got to check. I don't ever play with the sound on. I'm gonna have to check it out.
You're missing something. You have to listen. It's the dirty chuckle at the end of it.
After he does the what is it? The extortion move or the motivate?
Yeah,
we're about to see this. Okay, thank you for sharing that.
So Newt Gunray's laughing.
The dirty chuckle that he does is just
God. All right, and our last question, we're going to go to you, Xylo, Stoner Jedi, to wrap this up. What the? Don't get us demonetized here, good old Moran. You do your son of a. From Bob Smith, Xylo, question: would you still Zeta Trey leadership? What about old Zeta Trey and the Triumvirate? What do you think there, bud?
Zeta's always dependent on your roster, but yeah, I would Zeta her 5 times over, right?
Yeah, she's still amazing.
Both of her abilities,
So
she's
good.
Amazing. I've seen even like Mike referenced once, Trey at gear 8, gear 9, just with her Zetas. You know what I mean? She does the job. She does what she's supposed to do. Not advertising like a lower gear level or anything like that, but obviously there's a lot more things to work on. But putting a Zeta on her makes her character go from B+ to A+ instantly. You know what I mean? So
it's ridiculous how good that team still is.
Yeah, it's a great piece, great Sith character, one of the best pieces in the game for sure.
She's one of the go-to solutions when you're struggling. She's one of the go-to solutions when you're struggling against the squad, isn't she? She tackles Nest. Well, her with the Triumvirate tackles Nest easy. She's a great Night Sister counter. Yeah, she counters virtually everything. Definitely worth the investment.
All right. And someone just made there was another question, and it came from Travis Cotter. He commented question in the. I don't know why he did it. He put it in the actual YouTube comments. He says, "Which is a better tank, Old Ben or GK?" Anybody here think that Old Ben's better? Because it's definitely GK.
Yeah, it's GK. I mean, like, if you were trying to find a substitute for GK, I would say Old Ben, right? I mean, like, that's your next best bet.
It's
It's
super.
the FTW.
I think all in all it's GK, but there are like situations where Old Ben's actually better. So, for example, where I'm at with Scissorman, trying to get into the top 20, I have to go against Revan and Darth Revan teams. And I get a speed boost with my Basta the lead, and I can actually make surprisingly Old Ben faster than GK pretty easily. And that ability block turn meter reduction gives me basically a whole nother round of kicking someone's butt to try to kill a couple characters, get that hero off, or take out Bastila Fallen or whatever. And so sometimes I'll run both of them, or sometimes I'll run Old Ben instead of GK if I need the extra damage output and I just need the control piece. Because Thrawn, I use Thrawn too for control, and he kind of puts someone on timeout, like, you've been bad, sit down. But Old Ben does the same thing for the whole team. Like, hey guys, calm down. You guys all just turn meter reductions. So I don't know, man. Like, for me, Old Ben has been way more instrumental than General Kenobi. But yes, as a whole, speaking to the whole community, General Kenobi is like a million times better. But Old Ben definitely has some situational benefits. So hopefully that helps whoever was asking.
Yeah, this is good.
Well, that
Yorkie's.
Go ahead,
Mike.
I was going to say Yorkie's put the Zeta onto GK and onto Snips, and running a G it doesn't have Padme or JKR, but running a GK lead with a Gear 8 Zaris, it's through the roof. It does take a bit of investment. There's 3 Zetas on there, obviously GK, Snips, and Zaris, but it stuns me every time, and and it's getting kind of like 60, 59, 58 banners. That's on a 2.7 GP. Yeah.
All right. So that was the last question. My God, did we have a lot of questions today? Jeez, I want to say thank to everybody in the chat for being here and hanging with us on a Memorial Day weekend. We're gonna have a lot more stuff for you today. So real quick, just a scheduling update. We are going to do Grand Arena at 1 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. So we'll go do the Grand Arena second round. And then after that, another little break. I'll probably come back about, 3:30, 4. Do some mini roster reviews with you guys, hang out with you for a little bit. Then 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, we're going to do Battlefront 2 with me and Ian and some friends. We're going to go have some fun on Battlefront. And then 10 o'clock, we're going to do Pictionary. So if you guys want to come hang out with us, we're going to have lots of different stuff for you guys today to do, to hang out with you guys for this. And then tomorrow we'll do D&D and some other stuff. And then Monday we're doing, I think we're still doing Paul's roster review. So we got some cool stuff lined up for you guys here on this channel. But that being said, let us allow these wonderful guests of ours to pimp their stuff. Mike, start with you. Just going down the line. Mike, where can folks check you out at?
I've got a YouTube channel, Mike Hunt, SWGOH. I've been playing around a bit with Padme on my main account, but I've mentioned York a few times today. I'm having lots of fun running my alt account. He's kind of growing and getting better and challenging in Grand Arenas and whatnot. So I've got his Grand Arena runs. They're coming out. And also he did the Jedi Masters training event today.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Galactic Republic squad I mentioned earlier. Yeah, so stuff like that going on. Hop on by, have a look.
All right, Bob. Anytime that we're live streaming, we are so Twitch. I'll be doing Grand Arena, so that'll be live, and then there'll be chat going there, and then when I do mini roster reviews, chat will be going there too, and you can ask questions and all that good stuff. But it won't be with all these guys. It'll just be me. Maybe somebody else once they go. Sometimes Mike, sometimes Stoner, sometimes or you never know who'll pop in. But this is specifically just Jedi Academy. So this is the only day that we get all these awesome guys together. Speaking of awesome guys, Warrior, I know you're busy getting ready to sell all like 900 mattresses, but folks love you. They want to know more about you. Where can they go check you out?
Most should know that it's just Warrior Presents on YouTube, and you guys can probably, chat with me on Facebook and stuff as well. I'm in that group with like 50,000 plus people, and then daily updates on Twitter. So if you like following just like different updates, just did the event this morning. I know people always complain like, oh, the events always give us crappy health mods, but like, I don't know what they're talking about. Lots of health mods are had, but today I got defense and crit damage mods with speed secondary over 10 on my alt account, which was amazing. I got 3 or 4 mods over 10.
Hate you. None of mine hit. You suck,
yeah,
Warrior.
and I got almost 1 million credits out of all that.
You suck, Warrior. God, I hate you right now.
So
Damn it.
I'm excited about that. I also got a fully crafted stun gun today because I completed the mythic event of Yoda, and if you do that third year, they give you a stun gun. I was like, well, that's cool. I needed that like really bad, so pretty cool. I'm enjoying the alt account, of course, and whatnot. And when I get a chance to do the grand arenas, I will try to record or do live streams of those as well. Those are basically the only real content we've had for a while, so trying to find time to do those. So I do have to go though for work, and so thanks for having me on, you guys.
Always a pleasure. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, Warrior. To hopefully you can get some time away from work and actually spend it with your familia.
Have a good one, man.
All right.
See you guys.
All right. Next, good old Maurice. You got a lot of fingers in the pie.
Gross.
That's not a. What do you mean?
I'm kidding. I was being a child. I apologize.
God, you just can't have nice things with good old Maurice. You've changed, good old Maurice.
My derms.
No, I'm hungover.
Yeah. And I drank more than you yesterday, so how can you be hungover? I don't understand. So, but good old Maurice, you're doing a lot of different things. So why don't you tell the folks all about what you're into right now, where they can find you at?
Well, yeah. First, I want to thank you guys for always, opening the chat to this. I love coming on here. I love this this stream you guys do. I learn something every time I come on, so it's always really fun for me. I guess I'm one half of Operation Metaverse. We've been busy lately. We've kind of our schedules have freed up. We've been able to make some more videos. We got a couple more planned for this week. We got another Darth Revan counter coming out. We had an interview with a member from the Rebel server. It showed us how an interesting way to beat Darth Revan. I got a bunch of Newt stuff I'm working on. I mentioned earlier, I could beat Jedi Revan and just about everything except Darth Revan with it. So we're trying to dive into maybe building some sort of Newt team. And then I also do the Alliance live stream over on Ramon's channel, another guy who trickles on here on occasion. We do that. Now that Game of Thrones is over, we're back on schedule doing it every Sunday at 11 p.m. So we have... Except
this week when you picked a strange weekday to do it after I'd done like 5 streams. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Well, I mean, I guess games... I work on Monday morning, so,
I know, you're really...
So we agreed to start doing them at 11. And just with Game of Thrones, I guess I don't watch the show, but those that do are fanatics, right? So I mean, it didn't work out. So we tried to do it on Mondays or Wednesdays, but we're back on schedule now every Sunday at 11 p.m.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, make sure you check that out. And then Stoner, what do you got going on, homie?
Been taking the week off, really. So sorry to my viewers and everybody there on that note. But yeah, I've been doing my Grand Arena live streams. I also starting to do roster reviews too as well, and kind of a way to hang out with the player base and get to know the community a little bit more. I've been streaming with you guys for a little over 2 years now, so I really appreciate all of your support and the RSG viewers' support too. You guys have been so kind to me, and all this time getting to know all these people in the community, and I just want to find a way to kind of give back to you guys for all the support, and again, find a way to interact with people a little bit more. And the content is very niche right now, but I am trying to work on some more outside my usual content. And over the last 2 years, I've definitely watched myself evolve from YouTube, and I've done a lot of cleaning on the channel. So if you guys are a regular viewer, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please come subscribe. I'm right around the corner from 600. I'm trying to work on some more unique content, give you guys something a little different to come and view. Like that's what YouTube is, and being unique, finding your niche. So I'm still trying to find that myself. And as a creator, it's hard to admit that as a public creator, but I just really, again, thank you guys for all your support, and I look forward to the journey.
All right. Very nice. And so, if you're watching this is on RSG, make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on the video. It helps with monetization. Subscribe if you haven't. We got lots of great content. We're just live streaming all the time. I just listed like all the events we got going on today, so it's going to be a ton of stuff for you guys to watch for the next couple of days. And then check out our Patreon. Make sure you go follow us on Twitch, because in 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do my Grand Arena over there. And definitely go check that out. So if you're not following on Twitch, that's where we're going to be doing the Grand Arena. Everything's linked down below. All these guys' channels are linked below. And do me a favor, guys. Go to these guys' channels. Support the community. Support these guys. They take the time out of their busy schedules on Mondays to be here to answer your questions. Just go watch some of the videos. Give them a thumbs up. Subscribe to their channels, help them with what they're trying to do. It's a simple thing to hit the thumbs up or watch a video or subscribe to somebody's channel. And it makes a world of difference to not just us, but to all these guys. So please not only support our channel if you like the content, but go check out their guys' stuff and support them as well. And we do that for everybody we can get our great applause on that we know is streaming or doing podcasts or whatever. We encourage our viewers and other viewers to go watch, listen, support, and it's a big deal. So, all right. That being said, thank you guys so much. Give me about, as I said, an hour at 1 o'clock p.m. on Eastern. We're gonna do Grand Arena. Zala, you gonna come hang out, or are you and the apprentice doing anything? Good, Maurice, you got anything going on? Anybody, you guys are welcome. I'm gonna keep the damn thing going. So if you guys want to hang out with me at 1 and do Grand Arena.
Yeah, man, I can hang today. Yeah.
So we'll take a break. We'll go get some snacks. Take a shower, wash our ass. Wash our face, whatever it is. And then at 1 p.m. I'll leave this open, and then we can just kind of hang out. And then at 1 p.m. we'll start Twitch. We'll do that, and then after that's done, we'll take another little break. Anybody's welcome to come hang out with me. I think I'll do it like 3:30 to like 5:30. We'll do like some mini Ross reviews and answer questions. And then 7 p.m. Battlefront 2, 10 p.m. Pictionary. And if you guys have not played Pictionary, it's a hoot, man.
Oh, Pictionary's fun, man.
We are definitely brain damaged individuals, man.
The missus said she wants to be on again tonight. She
Pictionary. She wants to come hang out on Zoom too. She can too, man. She's more than welcome to hang out with as much as she wants.
What's the Zoom call?
It'll be just let me know, and I'll just send you the link if we change it. But it should be this one. I think I'll use this one all day. So
sweet.
I'm just gonna leave it open so you guys can come in and out. So so we're gonna take a little break here, a little hiatus. I need to go eat, and I need to take a shower, and then we will rock and roll and get ready to do Grand Arena, and hopefully good old Maurice can give me a team this time that does not get me a loss.
No. Just but see, now I'm physically here.
In the finals, gave me the team that gave me the loss.
Hopefully, I can help you out a little better than last time.
I've won 12 Grand Arenas. It would have been more, but good old Marines gave me a team, and I got the loss.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, bro. This is gonna be awesome.
It's not 13, it's 12. Why is it 12? Because good old Marines.
What's a crit chance of your troopers, man?
They do have crit chance. Have you seen my? So weird. I'm like, no. It came down to that.
As soon as it's like you're like, oh yeah, I like that team.
I lost by I lost by 9 banners, and if I had just won that first round, I would have won it. I was like,
that's the worst, right?
I was like, Maurice!
5 banners.
You're a grown man that can make decisions for himself.
I know. It's a fun, and it's all in good fun. I don't really care if I win or lose. It's more about, it was interesting to see that team in action because it was a good learning tool, right? People could see, okay, that didn't work and why it didn't work, or if it does work, why it did work, right? That's really what the whole point of what we do here in Grand Arena. If I win, great. If I lose, I don't care, because it's more about showing the counter, showing the teams, how you have to think about this stuff, right? When you're doing Grand Arena, and I think that's the most important thing.
And blaming Finn.
We all blame Finn. Really good on Maurice. I'm sorry. It's Finn's fault that happened. So my apologies to good on Maurice in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, Finn did kind of like, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
It's totally his fault.
Hashtag blame Finn for everything.
Phew, shed that blame. Yeah, there we go. I like this.
Yes.
Finn is a great lightning rod.
He is. I mean, when I stub my toe, I'm like, God damn it, Finn. You know, it's just it's the way it works. You know, like, am I out of toothpaste? God damn it, Finn.
When the apprentice wakes up in the middle of the night, Finn.
I know. Did I just duty my pants? Finn. Damn it, Finn. You see the apprentice doing that, like, he can't talk, but in his mind, he's like, Finity. And then his Finn's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell him to shut up. Poor Finn. All right, so we're going to take a break. Thank you guys for stopping in. We'll see you in a little bit. So go grab your snacks, your drinks, do what you need to do. Come on back at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to rock and roll. So we'll see you then. Twitch. Peace.